of Winter Storm Central. We've got the snow, the sleet, the freezing rain. It's already breaking out across Oklahoma. A little bit of lightning thrown in there as well. And we're going to talk more about this mess for the mid and lower Mississippi valleys. While in the Northeast, it is time to dig out once again after Winter Storm Neptune buries some communities under 2 feet of new snow. Wow. Welcome to this special edition of Winter Storm Central. I'm Kelly Cass.
And I'm Kim Cunningham. Good evening, everyone. Full coverage of Winter Storm Neptune is ahead. But first, you need to know about the newest winter storm that is setting its sights on more than 30 million people. Here's the latest information. We've got reports of sleet and thunder coming in from central Oklahoma and roads becoming slick. Sleet and slick roads are also reported across northern Arkansas, and even ice building up on vehicles. And in Mississippi, Oxford schools will start classes 2 hours late due to inclement weather. I'm sure that's just the beginning.
Oh, yeah. In fact, Winter Storm Octavia could dump 8 to 12 inches of snow on Louisville, Kentucky.
Our very own Maria LaRosa fills us in on the ways the community is preparing for that kind of heavy snow.
In Louisville, they've been preparing the area roadway since early this morning. Now they're just waiting for the snow to start. With that winter storm warning that is in effect, we're looking at in some areas maybe more than half a foot, close to a foot of snowfall. And it has been a long time since Louisville saw any amount of snow like that. In fact, the last time they saw at least 8 inches was 2008, and that was in March of 2008 when they saw just over 10 inches of snowfall. So they are used to getting some snow during the season. Not this season, though. They're about 4 inches below average when it comes to snowfall, where on a seasonal average they end up with about 12.5 inches of snow. So that's unusual. It is going to be hard hitting because at times tomorrow morning, Monday morning, we're looking at maybe 1 to 2 inch snowfall rates possible, especially during those morning hours. When all is said and done, again, maybe in some areas as much as a foot of snow, but also very important, the cold. And it is going to be cold during the event with temperatures staying in the teens, and during the week staying below freezing. So what falls is going to stick. The mayor is asking that everybody on the snow removal routes move their cars tonight and out of the way so that they are not plowed in, so the crews can get to work. As I mentioned, they've been salting and treating the roadway since early this morning, and crews will be back out once the snow starts continuing to fall as we get into the overnight hours. In Louisville, I'm meteorologist Maria LaRosa. Back to you.
And thank you, Maria. And Winter Storm Octavia is bearing down on Missouri right now, and road conditions are deteriorating quickly in the Show Me State. Beth Wright from the Missouri Department of Transportation is on the phone with us right now. Good evening, Beth. What are you seeing on the highways, and how bad do you expect it to get?
Well, right now we're seeing 2 bands, one that mainly is along the I-70 corridor, and then the other is between Joplin and Springfield on I-44. And we've experienced some sleet, and then the snow is starting to fall.
And have you had any accidents so far on these interstates or anywhere in the area?
I'm not aware that any have been reported to me.
And what have you guys done to prepare for this?
We prepared people and equipment during the day today, and we knew that the storm was coming in this evening, so we've had crews out in preparation, and we anticipate heavy snowfall through the night into the morning rush hour.
And if somebody wants to get information on the interstate system through the Show Me State, where can you direct them?
A good thing to do is go into our website, www.modot.org, and we have a traveler information map that's updated throughout the evening and as long as the storm continues.
Yeah, we're looking at the radar right now. A lot of snow across the northern parts of Missouri. Any advice for viewers tonight?
The main thing is to delay travel if at all possible, but if you must go out, please slow down and give the snowplow drivers some space because they're just trying to clear the way.
All right, Beth Wright, thank you so much, Department of Transportation here in Missouri, and best of luck to everybody out there tonight. Kelly?
And Kim, it's not just Missouri, but Arkansas. We're looking at that wintry mix as well. Take a look at this picture posted to Twitter by Edwin Wallace from Jonesboro, Arkansas. Gave us permission to use this, and you can see the glaze of ice right there. He says it was taken about 9:30 this evening in downtown Jonesboro. And his comment on his tweet: maybe we shouldn't have gone to dinner. Yeah, so we're looking at some icy conditions out there, some snow for the northern part of the state. In fact, let's get more on Octavia right now. We head out to the lab and Carl Parker. Carl, I'm really worried about that heavy ice accumulation.
Yeah, that's right, Kelly, and it's underway right now. It's already developing in parts of Arkansas as well as into Oklahoma. And let's begin with the broader picture on the radar. And you see this area of pink and purple. That's where we're getting sleet and freezing rain. It is snow in blue off to the north there. And this is turning out to be a pretty energetic system. And in fact, we are now seeing lightning, so some heavier showers getting into that zone where you've got the sleet and freezing rain in Oklahoma. And looking at some of the observations here, we're now getting freezing rain in Oklahoma City and then off to the north and east in Tulsa at Jones Airport, freezing rain there as well. Thunderstorm being reported in El Reno, which many of you will recall is where we had that terrible tornado not that long ago. And then we're also now seeing freezing rain off to the east in northwestern Arkansas in Fayetteville, freezing rain in Springdale as well. It is moderate freezing rain in Russellville, so it's really starting to come down here. And one thing is that you notice that it's been progressing a little farther to the south. That's not a big surprise because the air is very dry. And when the air is dry and you start to get moisture in it, you drop the temperature, and that's going to bring that zone of ice down into the central and even southern part of Arkansas overnight tonight and early tomorrow morning. To the north of that, it's been some sleet here. And then also notice, as we're looking at the snow along 44, that you're seeing some deeper color, deeper blue there. That's heavier snow showers. There's a lot of lift in the atmosphere, and so we could be looking at snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour along 44, Tulsa, and up into Joplin and Springfield. It's lighter snow along I-70 right now, but it's been very persistent. This is where everything is going to be tonight. There is your sleet and freezing rain, and this is how that develops. 30 degrees right now in Little Rock, but you've got warmer air coming in over top of that cold air. So when we look at a vertical cross section of the atmosphere tomorrow morning, we've got snow falling at 10,000 feet at 30 degrees. You've got 30 degrees at the surface, but then at 5,000 feet, there's this layer of warmer air that has come in over top of that cold air. So the snow melts and then refreezes on contact. And here's another way of looking at that. There's the surface freezing line right there. Warmer air overriding that cold air at the surface, and we see the freezing rain and sleet in pink there in Arkansas and across Tennessee. There's 10 a.m. It's going to really spread into Tennessee tomorrow morning and then begin to thin out in the afternoon. We see more of a rain threat there as we get up into and even some very heavy rain, as a matter of fact, across parts of Alabama and Atlanta. Probably not much in the way of icing in Atlanta. And then here you see more of that freezing rain and sleet in North Carolina and southeastern parts of Virginia. Then it winds down as the snow is going on there in D.C. A pretty solid stripe of snow all the way up into the mid-Atlantic region. Kim, back to you.
That could be their biggest snow this season, and much more ahead on Winter Storm Central, including some massive snow totals from Winter Storm Neptune. We'll break down the numbers and tell you who got hit the worst right after your local on the 8th.
To the surface!
If you want to go big,
nothing to see here.
Go to the theater.
Let's go! Maybe you should get that checked out.
Why?
The SpongeBob movie.
We look good in 3D.
Rated PG. Now playing.
I have a cold with terrible chest congestion. Better take something.
Theraflu Severe Cold doesn't treat chest congestion.
Really?
New Alka-Seltzer Plus Day Powder rushes relief to your worst cold symptoms plus chest congestion.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Here we go!
Behind this door, there's a scientific genius at work. My daughter. It all started when she got a Dell 2-in-1. It's a tablet when you want it, and a laptop when you need it. Dell 2-in-1s with Intel inside have everything you need to learn and do just about anything. Whoa! Genius! Like father, like daughter.
Dell 2-in-1s start at $399.99.
You know those neighbors always making weird inventions out of junk in their garage? We just gave them their own TV show.
Come on, Wind.
I think I just made Mother Nature my bitch.
One man's trash.
This is perfect.
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers, premiering Sunday, March 22nd, only on the Weather Channel.
Winter Storm Octavia.
It's going to be tough for travel. It's going to be tough for the road crews to try and keep up.
Live coverage from across the region continues in a moment, only on the Weather Channel.
So you think all auto glass companies are the same? Well, they're not.
When your windshield needs to be replaced, nobody makes it as worry-free as Safelite. First, Safelite emails a photo of the technician, so you know who to expect and how soon.
Right on time.
Safelite's one-of-a-kind TrueSeal technology places a new glass in perfect position for a strong, reliable bond you can trust.
Oh, that looks great.
You're all set.
Thank you so much.
Schedule now to get the Safelite Advantage.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace. I went to Ancestry.com, but I thought, I'm not going to make it very far. I knew my parents and my grandparents, and then it happened. I got a leaf. When I clicked on it, I could actually see my grandfather's draft card from World War I and his U.S. Census from 1910, and another member's tree that had my great-grandparents and their parents and everything. And it all started with my first leaf.
Who will you discover at Ancestry.com?
When you set out to find new roads, you obsess over perfection. Evolve function, elevate form, and create the highest quality midsize sedan. Chevrolet, the most awarded car company of 2014. Now during the Chevy President's Day sale, current GM owners can choose an eligible Cruze and stock the longest and get $3,500 total cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Check it out, everybody. This was a scene in Dartmouth, Massachusetts after Winter Storm Neptune blasted the region. Up to 10 inches, 14 inches fell in some areas out there. Thomas sent us this clip, and you can see just how hard it was to dig out the cars once again. And yeah, getting around was pretty tough as well. And we had the snow up to the street signs, as you can see here. Just some crazy images coming out of eastern Mass and down East Maine, seeing quite a bit of snow as well. In fact, take a look at this video now showing the icicles meeting right up to the snowbanks. Again, Dartmouth, Mass. Ooh, you got blasted by Neptune. Look at the snowy conditions there. 14 inches of snow. Just amazing to see that kind of thing. I would take care of those icicles, though, before they fall and hurt somebody, or just stay away from them if you can. Very high snow drifts as well. And, you know, some places actually saw 2 feet of snow. We're going to take a look and see where the bullseye of the heaviest snow was, and it was right here, York Beach, Maine. 24 inches officially. Also here in Massachusetts, we had about 21 inches in Milton, just shy of that 2-foot mark. New Bedford, Mass, picking up 20 inches. There's Boston officially at 16.2. Now this is officially the 3rd snowiest season on record, and definitely the snowiest February that we've ever seen. And Providence, Rhode Island saw 10 inches courtesy of Winter Storm Neptune. Kim?
And Kelly, let's turn our attention now on Winter Storm Octavia, since Neptune is out of here. So now we got to focus on this next one, and this one may actually come into the Northeast too, and we're not going to see conditions like that, but we could see a little bit of snow with it. But let's update you on what's been happening around the Little Rock area, where temperature right now is at 30 degrees. So we've dropped our temperature a little bit. Memphis at 33, Tupelo at 33, Paducah at 23, Fort Smith at 29. So where we have temperatures below freezing, we've got all this moisture coming into it. Well, we're looking at freezing rain and sleet and snow, just depending on where you are. Little Rock, it's been a little bit of everything, but now it's changed over to all freezing rain. And this is an area where we could see possibly power outages. So in Little Rock, expect icy conditions all the way through the morning commute. Through about lunchtime, it's going to be with us. Temperatures will drop into the 20s during the overnight hours, especially south of Little Rock is where we're expecting the potential of power outages. Now, Ron Blum is in Little Rock as the folks are getting ready for this very dangerous weather.
Well, it won't be long before we get some more wintry precip falling across the state, including here in central Arkansas. Just a little while ago, we heard a report of some light sleet falling about 30 to 40 miles north of here. This massive amount of moisture is coming up out of Texas across the Arklatex. It's been raining pretty good down in Shreveport, Texarkana. This is going to sweep in across the state and collide with these falling temperatures. It's about freezing now, but it's headed down to the mid-20s overnight and into the teens early tomorrow morning. All of this is going to cause varying periods periods of freezing rain, of sleet, back to freezing rain, maybe back to sleet, all layering up and making the highway conditions very treacherous. Now, the Arkansas Highway Department has been out pre-treating this for the last couple of days. Let's listen to Danny Straisel, their spokesman.
We have been pre-treating in areas of the state since Thursday of last week. We are pre-treating with a salt brine, which is going to enable us to get a head start on the ice that's expected tonight. Our trucks will roll this evening with rock salt, and it's just going to be a matter of staying ahead of the storm. This is ice we're talking about. Nobody has any traction on ice. It'll be overnight. The temperatures will be below freezing. Not much you can do, but just try to stay ahead of it.
As we said, the temperatures early in the morning falling down into the upper teens. All of that is going to make the power lines and the trees ready to accept that freezing rain and to freeze over. Now, anything over 3/8 of an inch is a problem as far as the power company is concerned. They've got 1,000 workers on standby. Half of them have been brought in from out of state, ready to begin a power restoration job if that should happen. If there's more sleet, there's less threat for power outages, more freezing rain, more loss of power could come down. All of this, of course, we're going to just have to wait and see how bad this is overnight. That's the story from Little Rock. I'm Ron Blom. Back to you.
And thanks so much, Ron. As Winter Storm Octavia affects you, you know what? We want to see what you see. Share your videos and pictures with the Weather Channel. Just text Octavia to 99,000 and we'll send your instructions.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
All cars are racing against time. Some are just doing better than others. Save 25% on durable Firestone Destination LE2 tires for your SUV at Firestone Complete Auto Care. Whatever you drive a Firestone.
Okay, here's the plan. You're going to want to turn right.
15.2 miles.
Good. Watch the lane.
And we had this really great view.
Got a car in our blinds?
And we learned how to salsa dance. He was dancing.
Backseat drivers just met their match. Introducing the entirely new Sonata Sport.
You forgot to turn off the...
From Hyundai.
Get 0% APR and no payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Sonata. Only your local Hyundai dealer.
Wow, I've been Claritin Clear for 10 days.
When your allergies start, doctors recommend taking one non-drowsy Claritin every day during your allergy season for continuous relief.
18 days. 17 days.
22 days of continuous relief.
Live Claritin Clear every day.
Hey, buddy, you're squashing me. Liquid wart remover could take weeks to treat.
Embarrassing wart? Dr. Scholl's Freeze Away wipes them out fast with as few as one treatment.
Freeze Away!
Dr. Scholl's, the #1 selling freeze brand.
Don't miss Founders Days at Pep Boys, where you can get 1921 prices on items store-wide, like a Torin 2-ton floor jack, just $19.21. And when you buy 3 select tires, you get the 4th one free instantly. Trust the boys to get you there.
From the very start, I wanted Fitcore to be different. If you come to me, it's because you want to do what I do, because I don't do what other people do. It's kind of like creating a brand for myself.
Your business is unique. Your marketing should be too. With Vistaprint, it will be. Put your personal touch on 500 business cards starting at just $9.99. Just enter promo code TV500 at Vistaprint.com.
Stay true to yourself. You can do this how you want to do it, and somebody else is going to think that's awesome and want to do it that way too.
Vistaprint.com.
Build weather invention.
Wow, anybody else surprised it actually worked?
Mother Nature can absolutely change people.
I'm ready to get out of here and create a new track.
This is a tornado emergency.
It was hard to believe when...
Start saving at the Sears President's Day Mattress Spectacular. Get up to 60% off plus 10% off, plus an extra 5% off, or up to 60 months special financing, and free delivery and assembly. Start your mattress search at Sears.
How strong is Allegra D?
My congestion's finally gone strong.
Allegra D, a fast, non-drowsy antihistamine plus a powerful decongestant that starts relieving your toughest symptoms in just 1 hour.
It's breathing free for 24 hours strong.
Allegra D, guaranteed or your money back.
This President's Day weekend, the pen is mightier than ever because now you can drive a brand new Bev Smith Kia with just your signature. During the Presidential Signature event, sign and drive a new Sorrento, $0 down, $299 a month, or a new Optima, $0 down, $279 a month. Plus, they're backed by our low price or it's free guarantee and free tires and batteries for life during the Presidential Signature event, only at Bev Smith Kia, saving you the most on the Treasure Coast.
On the shipping and even pay the return postage. Try NoNo risk-free today.
Currently in our area, 60 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, cloudy intervals, low 58, winds east-northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Monday, more clouds than sun, high 75, winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Monday night, mostly cloudy skies early, will become partly cloudy late, low 63, winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Was the scene in Watch Hill, Rhode Island. That's on the southwestern tip of the state. Winds were blowing hard thanks to Winter Storm Neptune. Gusts measured today up to 56 miles an hour along the Rhode Island coastline. Just listen to that. Along with snow totals up to 14 inches. And we've got some amazing numbers here as far as the winds are concerned. Here in Nantucket in Massachusetts, here on the island, 62-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Islip, 57 miles per hour. Rockport, Mass, 54. West Hampton, 55. Plymouth, Mass, 45-mile-per-hour winds. And, meanwhile, the snow totals from Neptune, staggering. Boston picked up 16.2 inches of snow from Winter Storm Neptune. That's exactly what Winter Storm Linus dumped on the hub 2 weeks ago. Now, for the season, Boston has been crushed by 95.7 inches of snow. Good, by the way, for the third snowiest season on record. Check this out. All right, so we're at 95.7. Number 2 is 96.3. So we are close to the number 2 spot and not that far from the number 1 spot. If you remember the 95-96 season of 93-94, both of them had the big blizzards, the blizzard of 93 and the blizzard of 96 in there. So, and the forecast, by the way, is for a couple more inches by the end of the week. So we're going to possibly get into the second. And NBC meteorologist Dylan Dreyer has been in Boston and reports from there. Dylan?
Here in Boston, the snow obviously has finally stopped, but now it is all about the brutal cold. Everything is just frozen solid. Here we're along the harbor and the water has just frozen up solid. Now, the biggest issue is the wind, and the wind chills here in Boston are running about 10 degrees below zero, and it's only going to get colder through the night. The snow we have is a very light and fluffy snow, so ground blizzards are still possible when you go through those stretches and the snow just travels across the road or across the sidewalk. That'll still reduce visibility and make traveling on Monday very difficult because visibility can drop in an instant when you get in some of those wind gusts. It's never going to feel like it's above zero at all across New England on Monday. In the morning, it'll feel like it's about 15 to 25 degrees below zero. Even during the afternoon, it'll feel like it's about 5 degrees below zero. And then the last thing this area needs to hear is the possibility of more snow as we go into Tuesday morning. We'll watch that storm system, as you know, but there is the possibility just a couple more inches of snow is possible in this area. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Dylan. Well, huge waves beat the seawalls in Scituate, Massachusetts today. The high winds, massive waves, and high tide created a lot of flooding. The problems are compounded because snow piles are covering storm drains that usually get rid of all that water. People living in Scituate say it was hard to sleep, actually, because the winds were howling so loudly. Almost probably sounded like a hurricane in some cases. Kelly?
You can certainly hear it, that's for sure. And yeah, that was quite the storm. Neptune moving away. Now we've got Octavia just getting started. We're looking at a wintry mix that's already taking shape across the middle of Oklahoma. We're seeing lightning, freezing rain, sleet, and snow. Places like Enid, Oklahoma. And you note that pink, that wintry mix setting up all the way through Arkansas. So watching Interstate 40 as one of the many roadways that will be impacted by this newest winter storm tonight. The purple, by the way, indicating some of that terrible freezing rain. That is the ice that just accumulates on everything, the trees, the power lines. Watch out. We could be losing our power in a few cities like Memphis, like Little Rock as well, even Nashville, looking at that wintry mix. But we are expecting some snow to accumulate for Nashville as well, especially north of Nashville up toward the Kentucky line. As much as 10 inches of snow forecast here, and down toward the south and the northern portions of Mississippi and Alabama. A little bit of freezing rain to be contending with here. And then as we head towards tomorrow night, that wintry mess heads into places like Charlotte and Greenville, Asheville, North Carolina, Knoxville, right here in the eastern parts of Tennessee. We got that wintry mix setting up here. Atlanta's going to be a pretty close call. We're thinking we're going to be okay, mainly liquid variety, so just some rain showers, but there could be a little bit of freezing rain, especially at the onset, and we're going to have to watch North Georgia especially. And there's a look at Tuesday. Here we go into eastern portions of North Carolina. So yeah, right along Interstate 40, huge impact with winter storm Octavia, and then eventually it turns the corner and heads up toward the northeast and brings yet more snow to places that certainly don't need any more. Kim?
That is for sure. Well, much more ahead on Winter Storm Central, including a dramatic rescue off the New England coast. Details on the incredible recovery after your local on the 8th. We are also very cold here tonight. We could possibly see a record low this evening. So skies will be clearing, the winds calming down. It's currently 5 degrees, but you know what? The wind chill is 13 below zero. Dangerous to be out there for long.
How do I get hotel deals nobody else gets? I know a guy.
Priceline Negotiator.
I know this guy, Coloito, and this guy who knows a guy. Hey, guy. I know a guy in New York, Vegas, Dallas. I've known some guys for decades. And some, nice to meet you. Let's deal. My competitors may know a guy, but I know over 60,000 guys. And gals.
Exclusive hotel deals up to 60% off. Priceline.com.
The Lexus Command Performance Sales Event has begun. Command track-tested precision with the fastest-growing automotive luxury brand on the road, including the exhilarating IS, powerful GS, and first-ever RC Coupe. With more new models than ever, there's never been a better time to experience Lexus performance during the Command Performance Sales Event. Get great offers on our most dynamic models now through March 31st. Lease the 2015 GS 350F Sport with complimentary navigation system for these terms, and we'll make your first month's payment.
Apples are good. As Strongbow Hard Cider, better. But Strongbow over ice is the best. Enjoying Strongbow over ice with your slow-motion horse, the bestest. Strongbow, world's #1 hard cider.
Introducing Olive Garden's first ever 4-course, starting at $12.99. Enjoy an individual appetizer, salad, and breadsticks. One of 6 entrees like smoked mozzarella chicken, and a decadent dessert. 4 courses start at just $12.99 at Olive Garden.
Average work pants versus a grab-happy grizzly. Duluth Fire Hose work pants versus a grab-happy grizzly. Duluth Trading Fire Hose work pants. Tougher than a grizzly's grope. Get a pair. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
You pay your auto insurance premium every month on the dot. You're like the poster child for paying on time. And then one day, you tap the bumper of a station wagon. No big deal until your insurance company jacks up your rates. You freak out. What good is having insurance if you get punished for using it? Hey, insurance companies, newsflash. Nobody's perfect.
For drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise your rates due to your first accident. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Behind this door, there's a scientific genius at work. My daughter.
It all started when she got a Dell 2-in-1. It's a tablet when you want it, and a laptop when you need it. Dell 2-in-1s with Intel inside have everything you need to learn and do just about anything. Whoa, genius! Like father, like daughter.
Dell 2-in-1s start at $399.99.
Neighbors always making weird inventions out of junk in their garage? We just gave them their own TV show.
Come on, Wind. I think I just made Mother Nature my bet.
One man's trash.
This is perfect.
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers, premiering Sunday, March 22nd, only on the Weather Channel.
Monday morning, New England slammed again, and another winter storm sets its sights on the south. Get your first word Monday morning at a special time, 4 a.m. Eastern, on the Weather Channel.
We really need people to stay off the roads.
Of a better analogy, we are getting absolutely puked on right now. Oh, again, that's a twofer.
2, 3, 4, we lost count. But he definitely got his thunder snow. That was Jim Cantore. Much more on that coming up. Winter storm Neptune blasted New England with another 2 feet of snow. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Kelly Cass.
And I'm Kim Cunningham. The hits just keep on coming for a region that has seen winter storm after winter storm blast through just over the past couple of weeks. Now, this is some incredible footage from a Coast Guard rescue today. This is about 150 miles south of Nantucket. A father and his son were stranded on their boat as Winter Storm Neptune moved in. The 43-foot sailing vessel was stuck in 25-foot seas and winds up to 60 miles per hour. The helicopter also battled low visibility as the storm approached, but was able to pull the 2 men to safety.
Well, getting out there, we had about a 50-knot tailwind. We were in the clouds, snow conditions the whole way there, so we really couldn't see much but the water below us. When we arrived on scene, the wind shifted from coming out of the north to straight out of the west because of that low pressure system. And we were looking at 60 knots of wind out of the west with 25 to 35-foot seas.
Oh, that had to be rough, but they do good work, don't they? Well, take a look at this. The latest that we have on Neptune. Boston set yet another snowfall record, the most daily snowfall, as a matter of fact, since 1940. So this winter is now the 3rd snowiest season of all time, and just a few inches from reaching the number 2 spot on the list. The wind is also ripping across the coastline. Several bridges in the Northeast have wind restrictions in place. And in Maryland, the Baltimore Gas and Electric Company says service has been restored to more than 99% of the approximately 58,000 affected customers.
That's great news. And Winter Storm Neptune dumped nearly 1.5 feet on Boston. That's bad news. And nearly 100 inches has fallen this season. Good for the 3rd snowiest season on record. And now the bitter cold also making life treacherous. NBC's Miguel Almaguer has more from Boston.
This is what many Boston neighborhoods look like. Snow piles are just about everywhere on every street corner. To give you some perspective, this one is 10, 20 feet in the air, the level of a street light. For now, it has stopped snowing, but this frigid storm is far from over.
This was the triple threat nearly 100 million braced for. Blinding snow, whipping winds, and bitter cold.
Miserable. It's just getting really old. It's getting depressing.
Much of New England blasted with whiteout conditions from sunrise to sundown. Boston buried again. Today, 13 inches of powder on top of 6 feet that's fallen over the last month. The city getting more snow in 3 weeks than Chicago has ever seen in an entire winter.
This is storms of historic proportion. I know that people are frustrated. People just want this to end.
The region paralyzed in this blizzard blast. Train, bus, and ferry service all shut down. Power knocked out to at least 6,000. At least 4 roofs crushed in after relentless heavy snowfall.
It's amazing. This is even worse than a blizzard of '78, and I was here for that blizzard.
Along the coast, it was wicked winds doing the damage. The surging surf pounding, threatening to flood Marshfield, Massachusetts again. In Plymouth, rare blasts of thunder snow. The Weather Channel's Jim Cantori there for the wild ride.
We are in the full force of this blizzard. No question about it. Winds are gusting over 50 miles per hour. We've had, now we can't even see the water.
Similar conditions turn the roads deadly. This weekend, well over 100 accidents from Buffalo to Toledo. At least 6 killed, including a pregnant mother on the Ohio Turnpike. Tonight, the snow has slowed, but the Arctic cold is just blasting in. In some regions, it'll feel like negative 25.
Insane. More snow than I've ever seen. We're both transplants from Iowa, and I've never seen snow like this.
With frigid temperatures overnight, the city is racing to clean up. This is a relatively clean sidewalk, but come morning, these mounds of snow will be blocks of ice. Now back to you.
Miguel, thank you so much. And an amazing stat there. Boston has seen more snow in this season than Chicago has seen in any season. If that doesn't make you think that something's going on, I don't know what will. And we've got more wintry weather now coming across the southern plains and moving into the southeast. So you've got plenty of cold air. That's not really going to go away anytime soon. And we've got moisture moving up and across a lot of the south over the next couple of days and then into the mid-Atlantic region. So a lot of the regions that have not seen that much in the way of wintry weather are going to get in on it. And we're thinking several inches there in southern parts of Missouri. It's going to be 8 to 12 over a large part of Kentucky and West Virginia and Virginia. And then within that, more than a foot of snow, parts of Kentucky and the Appalachians right into 81. And there's your snow in D.C. from the D.C. metro southward. That's where we're thinking 8 to 12 inches before it's all said and done. Here's what's happening on the radar now. And there is our sleet and freezing rain in Oklahoma and in Arkansas. And along with that, there is lightning and thunder here in Oklahoma. This is a very energetic low that's developing, a lot of lift in the atmosphere. So there could be some heavy sleet. There could be thunder and sleet, thunder sleet as it's called. And then we're also seeing freezing rain now in central parts of Arkansas, down into Little Rock, into Russellville. And this is slowly migrating southward. That's not at all surprising. The air is very dry here. And when the air is dry, it cools off quickly when it starts precipitating. And then also notice that we've got some more cellular looking snow bands there coming across 44, and the snowfall rates here could be fairly high, 1 to 2 inches per hour over the next few hours, as again that energetic low is getting going. It's a lighter snow for the most part across I-70, and this is the way things are going to look tonight. There is your sleet and freezing rain in Oklahoma and in Arkansas, and here's a model depiction of that. We want to pay attention to that line, which is the surface freezing line. To the north of that in the pink, that's the freezing rain and sleet across Arkansas and across Tennessee right through tomorrow morning. Kelly, over to you.
Carl, we're seeing problems already now on some of the roadways, Missouri and Arkansas, even Oklahoma. We're seeing lots of ice that's being detected here, and we're looking live now through some of the cameras from the Department of Transportation showing you that glaze, that reflection off the roadways. I see some cars out there, Kim, but it's probably just not a good idea to do any travel when you've got this kind of thing going on.
No, but there's not too many cars out there, so that's good news. That is good news. And Winter Storm Octavia is leaving a dangerous path of ice and sleet right here in Oklahoma. Communities from Oklahoma City to Tulsa are seeing winter weather at this hour.
Cole Hackett from the Oklahoma Department of Transportation joining us live now on the phone. Cole, thanks so much for joining us this evening. What are the trouble spots? Where are the worst areas right now?
Well, mainly right now we're just seeing some slick spots on some bridges and elevated structures. We've just had another round of sleet come through the Oklahoma City metro area, and so it's kind of covering the grass now, and is starting to get slick on some of those elevated structures. So our crews are out seeing and salting those areas right now.
Were you out there earlier today doing the same thing, or is it just something you got started now, or is it something you've been doing, preemptively?
Well, mainly within the last 2 hours, the first few bands started coming through. Just within the last 10 or 15 minutes, we've had another heavy band come through with some sleet and some freezing rain. So our crews have been out monitoring conditions, putting some sand and salt on some of those trouble areas once it came in. But now that we've got a lot more precipitation, we're out there in full force right now.
Yeah, Cole, we're seeing some lightning even with this system as well. We're showing it right now. Just a crazy dynamic system that we've got going on. Do you anticipate any road closures as a result of what you're seeing there tonight?
We really don't anticipate any road closures. I mean, if we can keep people off the road tonight, as we can put some sand and salt down and make sure that we can get them clear, we don't anticipate any problems. But our issue is when there's a lot of people trying to get out there on the roads and having accidents and abandoning their cars in some of those slick areas. That's when we start to see issues. But we don't anticipate closing any roads unless we have to.
All right, Cole Hackett, thank you so much from the Oklahoma Department of Transportation. Again, folks, be careful out there on Oklahoma roads.
Yeah, be safe out there. And this system is moving across the south. It's impacting Arkansas, Missouri as well. And we're going to have much more on Winter Storm Octavia, but also talk about, what's going on with Neptune and the effects that it had on the Northeast.
All right, and here's some pictures right now in Oklahoma. Be careful on the roads.
This President's Day weekend, meet America's newest heroes.
What is this diabolical thing?
The SpongeBob movie.
Mr. Super Awesomeness, take him down. Maybe we should have picked a better superpower for you.
Rated PG.
Let's go from our little girl to all grown up. Let's say out with the old and in with the options, like that one, or those, with features like this. Let's get exactly what we imagined for less than we thought, and turn a modest budget into a majorly stylish bath. New bathroom? No problem. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Shop stylish vanities in-store and online.
Have you ever thought about trying eHarmony? Then we've got something exciting just for you. Our free communication weekend, this Thursday through Monday only. We're giving away unprecedented access, including sending messages to matches who interest you. This Valentine's Day weekend, you can really experience eHarmony for free. It's the first step in finding that perfect person for you. Connect for free this Thursday through Monday only.
Everything in separate bins, people. Computers, shoes. You can't put two in one.
At Intel, they make technology that lets a device be a laptop and a tablet. So you can put two in one.
No, you can't.
Can.
Can't.
Can.
Intel. This is where it all changes.
See, it's like two things in one. You're like a mermaid or one of those horse guy people.
You mean like a centaur?
See, you can.
In a work world, take time for Sunday. Just know that your truck has a little thing for Monday.
So you think all auto glass companies are the same? Well, they're not. When your windshield needs to be replaced, nobody makes it as worry-free as Safelite. First, Safelite emails a photo of the technician, so you know who to expect and how soon.
Right on time.
Safelite's one-of-a-kind TrueSeal technology places a new glass in perfect position for a strong, reliable bond you can trust.
Oh, that looks great.
You're all set.
Thank you so much.
Schedule now to get the Safelite Advantage.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
At Ancestry, we call it a hint. Our little leaf that helps guide you through the past. Simply type in a name and you're taken on a journey. A journey that crosses generations and continents. All to tell the most amazing story. Yours. Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
Omega-3s are essential for our heart health. We find omega-3s in fish and nuts, but even with a healthy diet, many people don't get enough. That's why omega-3 supplements can help support your heart health.
MegaRed is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. MegaRed Omega-3 krill oil is easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill. Support your heart health with MegaRed.
Welcome back, everyone. Right now, we're looking at some snow reports that are coming in the last 3 hours. You can see a lot of them on a major thoroughfare between Kansas City and St. Louis. And so if you have travel plans on Interstate 70, for instance, you might want to wait and look at this radar. We've got a lot of snow moving across the Show Me State. Light snow mainly from Kansas City to St. Louis, but it's already causing some problems on the roadways. Now, if you look at this, you see the purple, that indicating where the roads are covered by snow, and a lot of roads around Kansas City are covered already. We're going east now, heading over towards St. Louis, and just about the whole way, we're looking at snow-covered roads. So you might want to avoid this area if you can. Just hold off on traveling. They have been out. They've been treating the roadways, but it still could be slick. So let's talk about Winter Storm Octavia and what we can expect. And this time it's more of a southern storm, Ohio Valley, mid-Atlantic, but eventually will bring some snow to parts of New England. So looking at the forecast around Nashville, we haven't seen much snow at all this season or even this last season. Looking at by tomorrow morning, snow will be falling in the Nashville area. So you have plans to get up and try to go to work. You may be looking at roads that are covered by snow. If you head south on Interstate 65, you're going to hit freezing rain. Treacherous travel here. Heading north on 65, it could be heavy snow. East and westbound, you're going to be in that wintry mix the whole time. So really, if you're in Nashville right now, I think the best thing is just to stay home or stay where you are until this is over. So by 5 o'clock, we're still dealing with it. So even if you do get to work, getting home might be a problem too, because at dinner time, we're still dealing with the wintry mix. Then by, let's say 7, 8, or 9, it changes over to all snow and then begins to move out. Now we're just left with the cold air coming in behind this, and possibly if the roads don't dry up by Tuesday morning, we may be looking at more black ice. Kelly?
All right, Kim, we're certainly going to be following this very, very closely over the coming hours for sure. Thanks so much. And in fact, we're also dealing with the after effects of our last winter storm. Up to 17 inches of snow blasted the Plymouth area of Massachusetts, and that along with some very strong gusty winds. Meteorologist Mike Seidl's been in Plymouth and has more on Winter Storm Neptune.
The snow continues to be blown around tonight here in Plymouth by wind gusts of 30 to 40 miles an hour, and the wind chill's now already down colder than 10 below zero. The snow is piled high around the front door of the East Bay Grill. They did get open this afternoon after a lot of blowing and shoveling. This is the valet area, no valet parking tonight. And look at the snow here up to the awning and up to the gutter. Let me take you back to this afternoon as they tried to get the drift out of the way in the back of the restaurant. Look at the snowblower here trying to eat through this 5-foot drift. Well, guess what? The drift went out. They threw in the towel. That drift is not blocking any access to the restaurant. So they said, you know, we'll just let it sit there, and eventually it will melt. But not anytime soon. Our wind chills by tomorrow morning down to about 20 below zero. Highs tomorrow only in the upper teens, despite the sunshine. Keep in mind that's about 20 degrees below average. Some more snow coming in Tuesday and Tuesday night. We're thinking more of a nuisance snow than anything else. And then another shot of Arctic air late week with highs staying in the teens. So all the snow out here and across Massachusetts is going nowhere. I'm Weather Channel meteorologist Mike Seidl in Plymouth. Back to you.
Just amazing to see the heaps of snow, those snowbanks up to Mike's shoulders there, and in fact over your head probably in a lot of cases all across the Northeast. This has been definitely quite the season across New England, and now we've got the chill in the air for sure. Winds are still gusting 30, 40 miles per hour, and we've got these wind chill factors well below zero, minus 28. That's what it feels like when you step outside in Burlington and you're not covered up all the way. So definitely cover up any exposed skin, because you know what? It won't take long, anywhere between 10 and 30 minutes for frostbite to set in when you've got these kinds of numbers. And it looks like those wind chills are still going to be an issue for us as we go through early tomorrow morning on into rush hour. Look at that, feeling like minus 16 in New York City, minus 19 in Boston by the time we get towards 8 o'clock in the morning. So you get the idea. You definitely want to cover up and not be outside for too long a time, and definitely have some hot cocoa and some hot tea and coffee to get you started. Here's a look at that area of low pressure that's departing. You've got a strong area of high pressure that's moving in, strong pressure gradient, the difference between the two, and that's going to keep those winds going through tomorrow morning. And that's why those wind chill advisories and warnings do go right through Tuesday morning in a lot of cases. Here is a look at where we're going Tuesday morning. These are actual numbers, minus 10. That is what it'll read on the thermometer in Burlington. That's not even factoring in any wind. 1 for your low Wednesday morning in Albany, 14, 17 between Boston and New York. So staying below average. And Kim, our average high for New York City, 42. Take that, cut it in half, and that is what we'll see the next 5 days.
Always a bearer of good news, Kelly. Thanks. All right, guys, much more ahead here on Winter Storm Central. We're going to dig deeper on Winter Storm Octavia. Plus, we'll explain what had Jim Cantori's.
Lowe's presents How to Accidentally Invent a New Word.
This new living room is so you. It's so sophisticated. Exactly. Sophisticated.
Get Valspar Ultra Interior Paint now at a new lower price at Lowe's.
Please. No.
Please?
No.
For those headaches that just aren't bad enough for a lot of medicine, there's new Excedrin Mild Headache. 35% less medicine, plus a booster to end everyday headaches fast.
Wow, my headache's gone.
Excedrin Mild Headache.
We build weather inventions.
Wow, anybody else surprised it actually worked?
Mother Nature can absolutely change people.
I'm ready to get out of here and create a new track.
This is a tornado emergency.
It was hard to believe weather could do that.
Never seen anything like this in my life.
Currently in our area, 60 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, cloudy intervals, low 58, winds east-northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Monday, more clouds than sun, high 75, winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Monday night, mostly cloudy skies early will become partly cloudy late, low 63, winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
When you set out to find new roads, you obsess over perfection. Evolve function, elevate form, and create the highest quality mid-size sedan. Chevrolet, the most awarded car company of 2014. Now during the Chevy President's Day sale, current GM owners can choose an eligible Cruze and stock the longest and get $3,500 total cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Behind this door, there's a scientific genius at work. My daughter. It all started when she got a Dell 2-in-1. It's a tablet when you want it, and a laptop when you need it. Dell 2-in-1s with Intel inside have everything you need to learn and do just about anything. Whoa, genius! Like father, like daughter.
Dell 2-in-1s start at $399.99.
From the very start, I wanted Fitcore to be different. If you come to me, it's because you want to do what I do, because I don't do what other people do. It's kind of like creating a brand for myself.
Your business is unique. Your marketing should be too. With Vistaprint, it will be. Put your personal touch on 500 business cards starting at just $9.99. Just enter promo code TV500 at Vistaprint.com.
Start saving at the Sears President's Day Mattress Spectacular. Get up to 60% off plus 10% off, plus an extra 5% off, or up to 60 months special financing, and free delivery and assembly. Start your mattress search at Sears.
There's a fast way to a great night's sleep. Unisom Liquid. When you can't wind down, Unisom Liquid helps you fall asleep quickly. It's non-habit forming, and you wake refreshed. Unisom Liquid. A stressful day deserves a restful night.
This President's Day weekend, the pen is mightier than ever because now you can drive a brand new Bev Smith Kia with just your signature. During the Presidential Signature Event, sign and drive a new Sorento, 0 down, $299 a month, or a new Optima, 0 down, $279 a month. Plus, they're backed by our low price or it's free guarantee and free tires and batteries for life during the Presidential Signature Event, only at Bev Smith Kia, saving you the most on the Treasure Coast.
Another minute to start your benefits.
Call 888-997-1426 now.
Winter Storm Octavia.
It's going to be tough for travel. It's going to be tough for the road crews to try and keep up.
Live coverage from across the region continues in a moment, only on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back, and check out this footage out of Bedford, New Hampshire. Matt Doyle posting this to his Facebook page earlier today and taking advantage of the 10 inches of snow that fell there. He initially dug out a snow maze and then decided to just flop himself into that big snowbank, making the most out of what has been a very difficult winter for a lot of folks, and a lot of people are ready to be done with it. I do want to show you this remarkable picture, satellite picture of the low as it's pulling away and moving up into the Canadian Maritimes earlier today. This is the visible picture, and you can very clearly see the center of circulation right there. That's the low pressure center right there. And notice how well defined the cloud is near that low pressure center. Very well defined cellular nature to the cloud. That's testament to the vertical motion in that incredible storm. And all of this made possible by this ongoing pattern, these repeated areas of cold air coming down. We've seen really very little change in the upper wind pattern, and it's been very warm across the west here. Now, not only has it been warm over land, it's been warm over the water, and that has warmed the sea surface temperatures. And there's a very large area of sea surface temperatures that are much warmer than average, and that means there's a lot of energy in there. It takes about 4 times the amount of energy to warm a unit of water as compared to the same unit of air by 1 degree. And so you've got a terrific amount of energy in there, and that energy is going back into the atmosphere. And so we keep seeing this in the modeling. What's happening is that even when we get little changes, this ridge keeps wanting to bounce back, which means that we continue to see this trough in the east, which means that we continue to see cold air, and as a result, more winter weather. And that's exactly what we're facing tonight. In this case, it's a low that's coming across the southern plains and moving into the south and eventually the southeast, and where that moisture is meeting the cold air, that's where we're getting snow, sleet, freezing rain. It's going to be very messy next couple of days, and then it calms down just a little bit by midweek. So here, first of all, is a look at the snow, and you've got a pretty sizable area of several inches of snow, then 8 to 12 across a lot of Kentucky, Virginia, West Virginia. Within that, talking about more than a foot of snow potentially, and all this coming in into areas where we have not seen that much wintry weather. D.C., for example, you really missed out on the last couple of storms, and we're looking at possibly 8 to 12, especially on the south side of the metro. Right now, there is sleet and freezing rain to tell you about. A very energetic storm coming out of the plains, and so that is lightning with sleet and a little bit of freezing rain there in northern Oklahoma. Pretty wild weather. Getting reports of freezing rain in Oklahoma City right now, and a bit of snow just off to the north there. And then as we drop down into Arkansas, we see the freezing rain that's been dropping southward. That's not at all surprising because the air temperatures have been right around freezing, but the dew point temperatures are very low, meaning the air is really dry. And when the air is dry and you add some moisture, then temperatures continue to fall, and that's exactly what's going to happen there tonight. And you've got some pretty cellular areas of snow coming across 44, and snowfall rates could be as high as 1 to 2 inches per hour in that area over the next few hours. So there is tonight. There's the snow and the freezing rain indicated by the purple shading there. Then into tomorrow, that freezing rain and sleet is going to continue in Arkansas and move over into Tennessee. It looks like it's going to be, for the most part, north of Atlanta. And then we start to see that snow creeping towards D.C. during tomorrow afternoon as well. Kim, over to you.
All right, thanks so much, Carl. Well, cooler air aloft, warmer temperatures on the ground. They can team up to make thunder, snow, and lightning.
And we know storm tracker Jim Cantore gets very excited when that does happen. He was in Plymouth, Massachusetts, and that turned out to be the perfect place for one of Mother Nature's amazing weather wonders.
Oh, yes! 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 We got it, baby! We got it! We got it! Woo! Woo! We got it! Yes! Listen to that!
His face full of snow and then just lights up.
Almost scary looking. No, he loves this. He loves his thunder snow.
Very dramatic, very exciting. That happened several times, by the way, and the storm tracker has fans of all ages, including one young budding meteorologist.
And she got a kick out of watching Jim geek out over that thunder snow, and actually it's a toss-up, actually, who got more excited.
Oh, yes! 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 We got it, baby! We got it! We got it! Woo! Woo! We got it! Yes! Listen to that! Listen to that! Oh, baby! We just got it! baby! Yes! That's a twofer! Twofer, baby! Oh my goodness! Yes! Again! That's a 3! You gotta be kidding me! You gotta be kidding me! Pentarak!
There it is. 3, baby, in 10 minutes.
Oh my God!
And down she goes.
Oh my gosh, it's got to be one of the cutest things I've ever seen. All right, for more on Thundersnow, I'm sorry, Kelly.
No,
you
it's
say
okay.
something?
Do the Thunder Snow dance, right, Carl?
Oh man, you know, that reminds me of my kids when they were so little, you know? She is just adorable.
So
that is
cute.
such a great video. Love to see that. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about Thundersnow, and it is a very unique thing. That's why Jen was so excited, is because it just doesn't happen very often. And you know, you think about how difficult it would be in general to get thunderstorms in an environment where it's so cold. It doesn't happen very much because it's tough to get just the right amount of conditions. It's obviously very chilly at the surface, but you've got warmer air that's coming in this warm conveyor. Comes around on the east side of the low. So these are elevated thunderstorms that are developing, but it takes more than that. That's not enough to get it going by itself. You've also got this very cold air loft, and so it's a very unstable atmosphere. It really makes the air want to rise, and generally you don't see this unless